Man, with an exciting weekend ahead of us, there's no way I was missing an opportunity to do a predictions video on what we think is about to happen in WrestleMania, man. I don't even gotta ask you. I'm just gonna say you're excited, right?
WrestleMania is here. I am excited and ready to go.
Yo, man, it's your boy E Money, and it's your boy
Yes,
Nico
sir.
back again. Eric and Nico back at you at NEO Wrestling, where we're not here to be experts. We just here to share our opinion. And hopefully you dig them, and if not, you give your opinion back. Let's talk.
Yes, sir.
But it's
Let's do it.
WrestleMania weekend, baby. We got one at the point of what we were recording. We got one more show left. We got SmackDown on Friday, and then it's on to the big weekend, which I'm filling myself up with wrestling. I'll be watching Stand and Deliver and both of the nights, obviously, of WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
But let's not even waste any time because we're here for predictions. Let's just talk about predictions because we're gonna talk about this anyway. So we'll start with night one, obviously. First one I got on the list for that is Jade and Naomi. We'll start with you and
Okay.
where are you
We're
going with
starting
that?
there.
Yeah, because I think that might not be the first match of the night for the night, but that's just the order I have it in right now.
Okay, word. Um, so I will start off, and I'm happy to start off with this match because this is actually been one of my favorite builds um, so far, and is one of the matches on the card that I'm actually most looking forward to. I think the work that both of them have done since Jade's return has been really fun. Naomi's heel turn has um, created this like whole new side of her that like I think personally has made her a lot more interesting than what that last version of her character was. I definitely think that this is a showcase for um, uh, Jade to look great on the biggest stage. I definitely expect her to win, but I think it would be a pleasant surprise for Naomi if they were to go that direction. And I think either way, this is definitely a feud that I would love to see um, continue on past just this first match.
Bro, I totally agree with you on what you said there. But one thing that I'm thinking about this match is like there's no stipulation to this, right? It's just a match.
No, yeah.
I want this to end in a DQ finish. I want Naomi
Oh,
to lose this by a DQ finish. And I know it's WrestleMania and it's kind of like, nah, you don't do that at WrestleMania. But I feel like it's like the perfect way for like Jade to be dominating and Naomi just like not having it. And she just claps
yeah,
her with a chair and just like walks out or whatever. Like, I don't even give a like what the fuck
yeah,
is up. And she just is on that type of timing because that's kind of what her character is giving off. And like you said, you would like this to continue. I would like this to continue for at least another pay per view. So
yeah,
I feel like that's a cool way to do it. And even when I was thinking about it earlier, that was the only thing I could think of. It's like I feel like this is the match that kind of should end without a definitive winner, but like one that you knew was gonna win, and it just doesn't happen.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I actually hadn't thought about that as an option. Um, I definitely thought like as this match was coming together that there was a possibility that it was going to have some type of no DQ stip to it.
Mhm.
But with it being their first match, I'm totally cool with it not being there yet. Um, and I think it actually would make some some sense for it to finish in that way.
Yeah, just because it is something that's not budding, but I feel like it still has legs to do stuff with, so where it can
Yeah,
still be interesting, even if it is just a bloodlust type of thing. Like we just want to beat each other up for whatever. So
yeah,
I think I got Jade winning, but I would like to see it happen by DQ. That's how I'd like to see it. I feel like it doesn't kill Naomi. It's just a little lackluster for Naomi to just go out clean, something
Yeah. Yeah, I think my final prediction is definitely a clean Jade win as well. But I would be open to either of those other options too.
like that. Yeah. I mean, I think that I don't know how good that match is actually gonna be. Naomi normally puts on a show. Jade's all right.
Yeah.
Um, Jade's sometimes questionable with like, let me not say actual in ring ability, but ring management. Sometimes, like there was that one
Yeah.
episode where they like literally had, and that's not always just her fault or something like that. But when Naomi was gonna interfere, and you can like noticeably see the ref was like telling her and Liv to like hurry up because
Yeah.
Naomi's about to come out here and y'all ain't even like partway through your match yet. So I hope it's a good showing. I don't have this high on my like WrestleMania card. Like this is gonna be one of like the blowout performances or something like
That's fair. I mean, I definitely love the like story piece of it. I think more than necessarily like what this like in ring what this first like in ring matches is going to be, and I'm also like in a more long term sense like hoping that this like continues to kind of be that like full 3-person story, with adding um, Bianca back in as as well, after this, and that's kind of where like the core of my excitement comes from.
that. No, I totally feel you on that, and I think that is eventually where it goes. I don't know how soon that happened and how they really get it there because for another match that we talk about later on, like she's involved in a trio thing, and where does that trio thing break
Yeah.
off after WrestleMania? If it just breaks off after WrestleMania, so that's interesting to see how that'll play into things. But like definitely, I'm still hoping for a good match because, like I said, so far they both have not performed well with ring ability and stuff like that. But we'll move on to the next one. And this one is my boy from back in this is like my old favorite wrestler. And excuse my voice and stuff and the coughing. I came down with a crazy cold and you do not want to be my friend at this moment. But we working through it because ain't no way we missing predictions. But Rey Mysterio, El Masked Man himself against Grande Americano.
Uh,
Do you know who he is? Have we figured this out yet?
well, it's for certain definitely not Chad Gable, right?
Yeah, I feel like why does everybody think it's Chad Gable? Like, are they fucking lunatics, bro? Like, they gotta be right. Chad Gable do not got time for Rey Mysterio. That's why he's sending all these other people at him because he don't have the time for that. He's too cool.
I mean, we don't even know if he's cleared because he was giving Pierce notes from his doctor.
He's just like me. He's sick. Yeah, man. He can't. He can't fight, bro. Like, what are we talking about? But yo, I'm not gonna lie. Grande Americano be cooking, bro. He was definitely watching Chad Gable's training videos. I'll tell you that much.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I'll lead off with this one, man. So Rey Mysterio, you know, this is a guy who, for me, in my wrestling viewing, it's hard to keep track of what's going on with Rey Mysterio because half of what Rey Mysterio is actually more like 80% of what Rey Mysterio is doing isn't really directly involved in the big picture or anything like that. So it's like kind of forgettable everything he's involved in. Like he gets some good matches, but like the storylines are like, what was he doing 3 months ago? Like, and like you don't really remember until you actually like dig
he's
deep.
Doing now.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like mid carding, and it's gonna be something we look at and probably are gonna enjoy. Because I think we're gonna enjoy this match. I think this is gonna be fun, and I think there's gonna be a fun like ending. Because what he's probably gonna try to unmask him and be like, it's Chad Gable, and then we're gonna be like,
yeah,
come on, Ray, it was never Chad Gable. Stop this shit. So, but I think Chad Gable. Look at see now we got me saying Chad Gable. Like what the heck? So I think Rey Mysterio is gonna win this match. I'll get right to it. I think Rey Mysterio is obviously gonna win this match. He's a legend. He's a cool guy. Grande Americano just don't seem like he's gonna be moving up the ranks anytime soon. He's like a troll to me. I don't know if you agree.
Well, it is hard when you're facing one of the greatest um, luchadors of all time. So
You're right.
we
Like
will
he
see.
can't. He could barely get the respect to be his own person. He's being called Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Like this shit is so. Honestly, I be feeling disrespected for him when they do that kind of stuff, bro. When Rey Mysterio's doing all that, and Rey's my dog, but like Rey is wrong, and I see why Dominic don't fuck with him.
I think for this match, for me, I will probably have fun with it in the moment. I truthfully kind of wish that it was something else here.
There's a couple of these matches
Um,
that should be bangers, but it's like, why is this the match? Like at WrestleMania.
I um, I kind of view it as like since they can't help themselves but to have one or two of these like lighthearted like comedy matches. I wish that it was your Women's United States Champion,
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green, getting one of these like fun like comedy matches because that's what her character is, and
But
like
who would
she's
they
like
give her? Because I'm tired of seeing her against like Michin. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of that. Who's Zelina
yeah.
Vega right now? I wouldn't want to see Zelina Vega in this spot. Would you?
No, I don't think that's necessarily a Mania match either. Like I don't know
I
if
agree. I would have loved Chelsea.
um if it was possible to like pull in one of the re, returning people like that hasn't like been on TV for a like long time,
Okay.
or calling up one of the girls from um um uh,
Our little brother show.
NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think that the match necessarily would have needed to be long. I just know that the like few times that they have put her in one of the like premier spots, whether it was the ladder match last year at Money in the Bank, or the match at Saturday Night's main event when she won the belt for the first time, that I really enjoyed those matches, and I kind of wish that they went in that direction versus this. Um, but it's here. I expect Ray to win, and we'll probably get an unmasking for our new luchador, and that might be grand opening, grand closing for this
I think
character.
we're gonna get some kind of shenanigans in this match. Maybe. I think El Grande looked like he
Yeah,
could wrestle, but he might be in a little too over his head because he's new to the game. He just got here like a month and a half ago, bro, and he's already in a WrestleMania match, which is loco. How? Rey Mysterio wanted it, so he got it. But maybe like Rey Mysterio like shake the fear of God in him, and he'll like start running away and like maybe go under the ring and come out on the other side, and I don't know, things might happen.
it's all possible. I like really wouldn't put like anything past them for this match.
But if my boy Chad Gable is still sick, I hope he stays home. And WrestleMania is cool and all that, but rest up, my boy. Get some soup. Get some tea.
Get well soon. Yeah.
Yeah, get well soon, Chad Gable. We're gonna miss you. But something that we mentioned in this conversation that I kind of wanted to double back on is because you mentioned people who should have been there, and so far, as of right now, before Friday happens, we don't have a Randy Orton match. We also
Yeah.
don't have their tag team titles in a match either. And is that not kind of weird? Is that not kind of weird at all? Like Randy Orton is understandable because like the guy who he was gonna fight, who we discussed if we thought it was kayfabe or not, is obviously now seeming very much not like kayfabe. So get well soon, Kevin Owens also. But yeah, WrestleMania without the tag titles is what's really getting me, especially because they've been like working up that tag division so like heavily over the last couple of months. They've been kind of forcing them down our throats.
It just feels like such a strange decision. Unless like they're gonna pull in E for this like New Day thing. Like if like E gets involved and so he can have some type of like WrestleMania moment,
Well, that's
then I
yeah,
could
that's a whole
see
different match.
why they
So
went this way.
yeah, while they're doing the
But
new
but
the
like
War Raiders and stuff. Actually, that is we can do that match next if we want to. We can roll into that off of this.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Big E and
Let's
them
do that.
because that tag title is on the line. Like that's the thing going on. With the War Raiders and the New Day, and I mean that would be really interesting if they like this is how we pull the trigger on Big E coming back and stuff like that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I would have
Yeah.
zero problems with that.
I
Honestly, that'd be fire. Honestly,
I
whatever
don't
reason
even
they do it.
I don't expect him like it to be a like match like if they wanted to do something like he like comes back to like cost them like if the like New Day are like about to win like and then E comes and like distracts them or like gets them to like lose then
Imagine if
like
he comes out in his jumpsuit thing.
something like that.
If he comes out in his jumpsuit thing, I will like lose my mind.
Huge
I wasn't even really watching
huge
wrestling
pop
when
for
they
sure.
was around, but like, yeah, it's gonna be like, oh
Me either.
shit, whoa. But
Yeah.
it's just crazy to me. Like maybe Friday comes along and like something weird happens, and you know we just gotta. So this weekend, WrestleMania, prepare to go again,
Yeah.
guys. Like whatever, if that's what
Yeah.
they want to do, but that would just be such like weird timing. But you want to know why I feel like it could work? It's because it's like that match doesn't need any buildup because the feuds between all the tag teams have been building up for 3 months already. Like, so they've
Yeah.
already done the buildup. They just didn't get a match. So I think that like I so prefer that over the War Raiders and New Day. And like honestly, you
Easily.
said that, and it's got to be something like that because how? How did we get here with the whole tag team division of SmackDown being on kind of fire right now with each other?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, who do you got? Do you have War Raiders winning? I kind of feel like I do, right?
I I have the New Day winning.
Okay,
Um, just to like
that actually makes more sense.
just to give them another moment and to kind of like maybe restart or kind of put some juice back into their heel turn and their characters. Um, but if this moment was just to give the Raw tag titles to the New Day, then I don't really see why this needed to be on the WrestleMania card.
Like, I don't even like. This is how bad it is for these dudes right now. It's like they're so unentertaining to me that I barely even remember how they got here.
It was the like months long like them fighting back and forth and like it all looking like they were
No, I'm
about to
not
break
talking
up
about the
and
New
then they
Day.
had
I'm
to
talking
like
about how them and the War Raiders got here at WrestleMania. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, I don't even.
oh
That's how unintriguing that the New Day have been to me. Is that like, I don't even remember how they ended up in a WrestleMania match with the War Raiders.
they had
Like they've been beefing with a little bit of everybody. It's
yeah,
like, when did you even build a
yeah.
feud for them? Like, this is like a week-long feud, and they got a
It,
WrestleMania
it
match.
wasn't much. I think they had two matches. The first one, like they were about to lose, and then they purposefully got themselves disqualified.
I'm
And
not
then
gonna
the
lie,
second
I be
one,
turning my brain off when the New Day comes on a lot of times lately. They don't got no steam behind them.
yeah, yeah. I definitely start to scroll my timeline during
All
that.
right, so New Day winners. Okay, gotcha. On to the
Uh,
next one. Something way more entertaining and making
okay.
way more sense. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. You know
My
me.
boy, Fatu.
You know me. Yeah. I'll just leave it right there. But you honestly, let's see. What are we on? I'll go with this one.
Okay.
I feel like this match is going to be so much flames. Like, not one of the better match. Probably top 5. Probably top 6. I'll go 6 just to be safe and play it weak. But this should be such a good one. And I feel like we don't have Solo Sikoa on the card. So he's coming out, right? Like, he's going to mess up again.
Yeah.
And we're lining up Backlash for, like, or something very soon, because it's already in the water that Solo and Jacob are beefing. So, like,
Yeah.
boy, is this going to be entertaining. I threw my hands up. I'm LA Knight, you know, I'm an LA Knight guy, but how do you beat Jacob Fatu in a one-on-one? I haven't really quite, like, other than people like Braun Strowman, I don't really know how that happens, like a Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. For anybody smaller than them, I'm kind of like, how do you beat Jacob Fatu one-on-one? So that's where I'm kind of like, Jacob Fatu wins the title.
Yeah.
But just storyline wise, I'm okay with it, because it's kind of like with the New Day, like, they kind of need some steam. It's kind of the right time to do it to him. It doesn't hurt LA Knight. And when you're in that kind of situation, why do you not just pull the trigger? Like, it doesn't hurt the War Raiders to lose their title. Because honestly, half of us were like, yeah, it'd be cool if they got him, but we were never like, oh, they gotta have it. Like, they were just the only natural tag team at the time. But LA Knight has, like, served his purpose. There's not much for him to do as a United States champion anymore right now. Maybe it's time for him to move up to like the heavyweight stuff, or the undisputed title. But and, you know, the door is going to be opening soon when John Cena gets that title. So LA Knight is going to have other things to do other than being the United States champion. So I think it's just the right time for Jacob Fatu to win it. Even with shenanigans, he's going to win it. He's going to rub it in Solo's face, and then they're going to explode. And what's the next pay-per-view? Backlash?
Yeah.
Welcome to Backlash. But, yeah, I got Jacob Fatu.
I actually, kind of surprisingly, have kind of gone back and forth on whether it was just gonna be a Jacob win, or whether this was gonna be one of the more, like, surprising moments of, like, Solo fully turning on Jacob and costing him the title, especially because that's what Solo is most known for, is costing people
Solo in the black hoodie for the millionth time.
But I ultimately land my prediction with it just being a Jacob Fatu win, because I think in the big picture sense, like, I don't see the benefit necessarily of, like, taking away this, like, celebratory moment and this, like, showcase moment for this still, like, relatively, like, really new character. And so I think it makes much more sense for Jacob just to win here, and then you can continue on that feud, like you were just saying, at the next pay-per-view, or just over the summer.
Bro, like, I feel like, yeah, it doesn't look good. It's not a fun look. Let me not say it doesn't look good. It's not something that you really are going to be like, yeah, but he was still cool. It's never fun to lose at WrestleMania, right? I'm going to assume. Like, yeah, you can put on a banger match, whatever, but, like, if you're a title holder, you probably never want to lose that. You're probably okay with it. But walking in to WrestleMania as a United States champion is actually, like, for me, I feel like also for LA Knight, is because it happened so soon, and he just blew up, like, in the last year and a half too. This is big. This is big. Just walking in as the champion alone is huge. Yeah. So losing your belt isn't really, like, a big stain on what LA Knight's career is going to be or anything like that. Where this is actually just a good step in the progress of Jacob Fatu. Like, so it all just works out to play roles. Like, I mean, if you're somebody who's still at the age where you take this super seriously, yeah, shit, you're probably gonna be depressed when LA Knight loses. But, like, if you understand how, like, stories work and how these are not actually, like, their characters in real life, they get it. So, yeah, it all work out like that. Jacob Fatu.
The one thing that I don't want with this is like um Jacob is going to continue to get massive cheers, especially if he wins a belt. And I kind of think a mistake. I don't know if it's fully a mistake, but like I think what happened when um this might be actually the next match that we're going to talk about, but when um Tiffany Stratton won her belt, and was getting such loud cheers, it kind of like it feels like forced them to turn her into a face when she's so much better as a heel. And I am a little afraid that if Jacob wins, that they're gonna try to make him a face, like, and I don't I don't want them to mess up his character just because he's getting cheers. Just because you're getting cheers doesn't mean that you have to like fully turn into the like Cody Rhodes, John Cena like good guy.
Yeah, I don't think they would go that route, man. He's too ruggish, like rugged looking to kind of do that. But
Yeah.
I just feel like he's cool enough as is already, where he's like a heel and getting cheered, where they don't even have to do that. Like you can just allow him to continue to get cheered, because it's almost like him getting cheered so much is almost like ego boost for him to just continue being a menace and like that. So like it's almost
Yeah.
fueling him to just keep being that dude that he already is. Like, and even if they did face turn him, he can still be that personality. I feel like that. All gas, no brakes. Not I mean,
I
and all
hope.
that stuff. Like he don't
Yeah.
gotta really change none of that. Like he can still be a menace. He can be like Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's not really a heel right now, but he still walks around like mess with me if you want to.
I don't know
I
what
don't know
Braun
what he
Breaker
is, right?
is.
Like I don't know what he is right now, but like he's not really a heel at all. Like in no sense of the word is he a heel.
Yeah.
He's not like really just bothering people for no reason. He like think about it, he really only bothers who bothers him. Like
Yeah.
outside of hitting Jey Uso after he shook his hand one week and then speared him the next week or later that episode, he ain't bothering nobody realistically unless you come in his face. And that's how Jacob could be literally on the other show.
Yeah.
It's just I stay out. I'm not staying out the way. Well, I mean, he's a champion now, so he can just stay out the way, not being everybody's face. But
Yeah.
and obviously his first beef would be like some bloodline stuff. So it's easy to just carry
Would
that.
assume.
I would
Yeah.
assume, right? Like, who would he be fighting first, other than like Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Solo Sokoa for a little bit? So
He does have a bunch of different like um um
people that beef with him,
rematches. Yeah, or just
like think of it alone. You could just run.
rematches
You could just run it back
on
with
the road.
Damian Priest. You could run it back with Braun Strowman again because now there's a belt on the line, like that Jacob has. Who else? He's already clashed with other people. Like obviously it ain't gonna be Cody Rhodes. Like we ain't seeing that for no U.S. title. But there's gonna be options for him, and then there's probably other people who he hasn't even faced yet that we can get thrown in there.
Yeah.
But let's roll because you were right. The next match is Tiff. It is Tiff and Charlotte. Um, go on ahead, man. Let me know how you feel.
Oh man, so this when you and I were making our WrestleMania 41 predictions months and months and months ago, this is actually I think one of the only ones
I think I
that
said Io
that
Rhea
we
and
got
Bianca a couple
that I got
times.
right.
Yeah, I think I said Io Rhea and
Potentially.
Bianca a couple times, but I was never like super solid on if that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But this is
Um
the only one that we predicted months ago. Like, but it was the obvious one. Like,
and so I from a match perspective and am definitely like really happy that this happened and that they tried it. Obviously, as a feud, it hasn't really worked up until super recently when things started to get like actually personal, and I've like had
that's why
um
Kaiser's in my DMs.
this is just like reminded me again like that like the like stories and things are at its best when we as the fans like are able to buy into the buy into the like stories as like being real and um that like
Realistically, because
you know,
Tiffany was tripping and she might have saved that feud by going there.
yeah, and just like their this feud like really had gotten cold pretty fast, like, and that now there is real genuine interest, like whether it's because you can like watch this and say like, oh, these two people actually don't like each other, like it's
Yeah,
like not
yeah.
just a story, or it's the excitement of like, oh, um um we don't know how Charlotte is gonna like react in this moment of like, is she going to try to make Tiffany look bad, like for real? And there's a like intrigue in that. Ultimately, I think that this is gonna be one of the like better like in in ring matches. And I see this as kind of one of the harder ones to pick. Because obviously Charlotte has such a long history and reputation of winning titles over and over again, especially shortly after she has come back from a longer time off. But I do feel like there is a like real argument like to keep the belt on Tiffany. Obviously, I think there would be a lot of people that would be very happy if the belt stayed on Tiffany. Um, but I actually don't think I've made a final decision. I guess my final prediction, because this is the prediction show, is I am going to predict Charlotte, but it's not because I want Charlotte. It's just because it is hard to bet against Charlotte Flair.
No, because you're doing it like not exactly what I'm doing, but that's like when I made my decision, I was
Yeah,
like, it's Charlotte Flair though. Like, and I
yeah,
think to go back to what you said earlier about them turning Tiffany face, I feel like it was working at first until she came up against Charlotte. And then she started getting sunned on the mic and stuff like that. And then it got questionable if she made a good face. And then she got into that second to last one, not the one where she actually got personal, but the second one where she started like taking digs. She wasn't really killing her, but it's like you
oh,
could see,
backstage.
yeah. And it's just like, okay, see, like this energy fits her better, but that wasn't really a killer promo. And then she got
Yeah,
out there when in the match in suits and shit, and she said all she said. Because honestly, at first, when I first heard it, I was just so like, oh shit, this is crazy. That I didn't
yeah,
even really realize that like Tiffany was really in the wrong first. I was kind of like, yo, Charlotte is bugging for saying glue wigs in my DMs. But then like I listened to it again and I'm like, yo, Tiffany was really bringing up her personal life right there. Like,
yeah.
that's nuts. But it's great for the feud. But I'm also in a position where I'm like, she was only doing that because Charlotte has been killing her in the feud on the mic, destroying her realistically. Like compared to anybody else she's been in a feud with so far, Charlotte is almost making her look like she doesn't know how to talk on a mic.
Which is part of the problem. Like, which is part of the problem.
Like she's just so good at just like being arrogant and stuff like that. Like she sucks the arrogance out of Tiffany Stratton, and it's like, what the fuck? So that's why another reason why I'm going with Charlotte is because I feel like taking all the steam, all the wheels off the vehicle, and just rebuilding it anew and giving it back that heel persona is what they should do. And instead of doing that mid belt, take the belt off her and let her build back up as a heel. Let her do that. Because she kind of did that in the first place, and they should have just stuck with her as a heel. But the only reason why they
Yeah,
stuck her as a face is because she had to do a heel dirty, so you would just assume she's clean because
get
she did a heel
get the
thing.
belt. Yeah,
Yeah, but like honestly, she was really just being a weasel. Like she
yeah,
waited till her face got the heel weak and then jumped in there and stole the belt from the heel. So realistically, she did some heel shit anyways. So,
yeah.
so why change her face? I don't get it, but I guess because you had to continue the beef with Nia. But yeah, Charlotte. Before I start more running off at the mouth about this, but yeah, this is like the only match that we definitely definitively called.
It it also is okay if um um Tiffany loses. It like if this does happen, the reaction online and so many people are gonna lose their mind about like, oh, Tiffany's over, Tiffany's buried, she's never gonna be the same. It's okay. I promise it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be definitely
she
okay.
she just got to the main roster a year ago.
Exactly, exactly. Like another thing that's weird about this show, because you're mentioning that, is somebody who came with her not too long ago, Lyra Valkyria, who is in a tag team match later in this show. But it's weird that she's not like the story where her and Bailey getting tagged up is like decent, but it's also weird because one, they were just fighting for the the IC title, and Lyra's also not in her own IC title match. Like it almost is
I
weird that
am
that's not the case for her. You would think you'd want
I
to let her
am
have her own match.
I'm actually pretty annoyed about that
Yeah,
decision.
it's like I'm not even mad at the tag team itself or anything like that, but I'm just annoyed
Yeah.
at the decision to not give her own match. I don't really dislike the Lyra Bailey Liv Raquel thing. I'm just like, why not just let her be an IC title champion? Like, but
Or
go ahead.
if you need a match for Bailey and Liv, then just do Lyra versus Bailey versus Liv for her belt. Like it's okay if the tag belts don't get defended, and like are people really gonna be that upset about whether Raquel wrestles or not?
Maybe, well, maybe Raquel would be upset if she didn't wrestle. Like we also got to consider that because
Hey man.
I mean, Liv had to be at WrestleMania though, some way, somehow,
Yes,
because
100%.
she's one of the workhorses. She kind of carried last year. Not gonna lie, even if you found her cheesy or something like that, she was carrying last year. Like women's division without Rhea Ripley, she's carrying that shit on her back,
Yeah.
realistically. Now what? Like Nia did good as champion. I'm not even hating on Nia as champion. She just
Yeah.
wasn't as good as Liv Morgan as champion. So
Yeah.
it was just entertaining to watch. And even what she's doing with Judgment Day, like where's Nia been the last couple of weeks? Has she even been around? Right? She's not even present the last couple
Not
of
on
weeks.
TV.
So her and
Not on
Candice
TV.
LeRae are in Ghost Town right now because I haven't seen her either. But so Liv had to be there, but we'll get back to our list because the next match is Jey Uso versus Gunther. I am so like I know who I want to win and who is gonna win this in my mind. This feud is kind of exhausting. It's like they don't know what to do with Jey Uso. It's like they know what to do with Gunther's character because it's like just let Gunther be Gunther. But it's like, how do y'all not know what to do with Jey Uso right now? And the other question I have for Jey Uso is he like nervous or something? I feel like every now and then, like without his brother, he's like good on the mic, and then every now and then he's just shit on the mic, says absolutely nothing. And in this feud, he's
Yeah.
been saying outside of the I gotta talk to my mom about this promo when he was all out there really snapping, no yeeting and shit.
Yeah.
Every other promo he been doing a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like yeah, he acted well
Yeah.
in the bloodbath promo because like realistically he's not on a mic, he's just acting. But like every other time he's been on the mic in this feud, I'm just like, this is the dude that I be fucking with, that I get hyped for, that I'm on. That been coming down the stands over and over and over and having the whole crowd lit, and he's sucking it up like this. And he been
I
boxing like
hate to say,
crazy. Like he's got to be nervous, bro. Like,
I hate to say it, but part of the problems with the promo is because his damn entrance takes so much energy that by the time he gets to the ring, he's out of breath.
hey
That's
yo,
why
Oos,
that's
I'm gonna tell you like this, Oos.
his entrance takes so long, and I this might be just a me being a hater thing. The entrance being that long, and then during this road to WrestleMania, when he started going, "Oh, y'all want me to do it again? All right, turn the music back on."
I gotta get you,
Brother,
Oos. I gotta get you,
brother,
Oos.
we are 10 minutes into the show. Can we start the segment, please?
He came out one night and he's like, "Nah, we ain't even doing none of that yeet shit. I'm on a mission." And then the next night he cutting on his music, partying it up. Like,
Yeah, and then Jay on the last Raw show, he was supposed to still be serious, and he like came down with the all black again, and then he didn't yeet, and he like tried to do a promo where he said nothing, and then he's like, "All right, yeet." No, Jay, you're supposed to be mad.
Nah, man, Jay is pissing me off right now. And this is about to be my world heavyweight champion. At least, hopefully, when he gets that belt, he gets his aura back, because he's not aura filled right now. Like, he is not the guy that is making it pop in the fucking stands. He's like just some dude imitating that, and the crowd sees Jey Uso. That's kind of what it is. Like I said, man, he's botched like twice in the last month, hasn't he? Like, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, cause Jay, man, you better than this. I'm not even saying trying to say you suck. You better than this, cause like I know you got it. I know you got it, bro. Because main event Jey Uso is the name that really fits you. You just fumbling right now. That's all. That's all. You get it. You got it. But I mean, Cody, I didn't know about Cody at first when he got the belt, but like I felt like he was gonna do all right, and he did way better than I thought he was gonna do. So, Jay, man, you just gotta pick it up after this match. This match gotta be fire. I hope he do something cool, because
especially after kicks. Last year, Jay, you always after last
super kick parade.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, we just gonna get to celebrate with him winning. Winning, obviously. Eric, I'll give you some space on this, because I ain't even gotta say nothing about Gunther. Gunther is just Gunther, and he's doing his fucking job. So, how do you feel? Jey Uso wins.
First, Jay better win. If Jay doesn't win, then main event Jey Uso is over. Do not ever.
Nah, you made me. If he don't win, and you made me deal with all these weeks of this fucking feud. No,
this was a 10-week feud
we
had like two good segments.
I had to watch Big Jim get tortured for Jay to lose. All right, yeah, you got it. Go ahead, man.
So Jay, I would be shocked if this match doesn't open night one, and if they don't kick off WrestleMania 41 with 60,000 doing the yeet.
Nah, you're right. Yeah, I can see this being the opener, especially because it ain't main eventing. Like,
I like everyone else have a lot of questions of, okay, after the moment, you now have Jey Uso as your World Heavyweight Champion. What are we looking forward to now that Jay has the belt? But that's not what we're predicting. We're just predicting the night for night one.
How far away is King of the Ring?
Was
John Cena, Jey Uso at King of the Ring? What?
No. You're not thinking about King of the Ring.
Not King of the Ring. Whatever that shit is. You know what I'm talking about.
Jewel.
Yeah.
Jewel.
John Cena, Jey Uso at Crown Jewel?
That ain't happening. No way. That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
How far away is that? Yo, I need 2 seconds to Google that. How far away is that? I got to see if that's possible. I got to see if that's possible. That'd be funny as hell if that is a possible match for Crown Jewel. I say King of the Ring. That's actually kind of funny. I'm a funny guy for that one. Crown Jewel. Do they even have that plan? Let's find out.
Well, they haven't announced Crown Jewel yet, but
yeah,
it was like late summer or early fall.
November. Yeah, we ain't getting that.
Oh, is that late? Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not getting that. That's definitely not happening. Sorry, guys. That would have been an interesting match, but like, what the hell? Like, what is this? Oh, I'm blurry now.
The one thing about the actual match that I will say is this might be this might just be my hope more than anything about what's actually going to happen. I really want him to really wild out like on Gunther and like take this like really
Voila.
seriously. He yeah, like
Voila.
he beat your brother to the point that he was smearing your brother's blood on his shirt. Like you got like you really gotta kill him, dog. You
Yeah.
gotta kill him.
Yeah. Like you can't just come out here and regular Jey Uso match me. Like you gotta come out here with like some real. He need an all black fit to come out. Like he need an all black fit. If he come out in some colors on some real WrestleMania shit, like nah, man, you're not even selling me right now, bro. You selling me on like some John Cena shit, bro. Like you trying to sell me John Cena, Jey Uso, and don't do that. I need kick ass John Wick, super kick your fucking jaw into the back of
Yeah,
your neck, Jey Uso,
yeah.
and then I'm gonna stomp your chest in type. Like that's what I need, and we're not getting that, but but maybe we'll get something close. But I don't even know how this match goes. Like I'm trying to think of this. Like in everybody's head as the match goes on, like Jey Uso's moveset has to be like done in like the perfect sequence for it to even
Yeah.
like look like it's supposed to beat Gunther. Like
Yeah. I don't think it will be that different from their match to Saturday night's main event.
like bro, don't tell me this dude about to live like three power bombs and some submission holds. Like after I done watched him get put to sleep like 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Like it's just been so like I know there's always a little bit of turmoil on the road, but it's been all turmoil on the road for Jey Uso since he won Royal Rumble. It's been like not a good thing has happened, right? Like Gunther has just been torturing his whole existence since this has happened. He literally
He
lacked confidence in that one episode where Jimmy went and smacked the hell out of Gunther.
he did stand tall like I think twice
The last two.
where Gunther tried to like run up on him and he like dodged it and like threw him out the ring. But
Okay, yeah. During the Austin Theory days and Grayson Waller, which was
yeah.
weird. Like you got these two in a feud, but they're like fighting the most random people for you and continuously fighting the most random people. Like they were both. What was it? Gunther was fighting Alpha Academy, and
Yes.
Jey Uso was fighting A Town Down Under. Like that
Yes.
was their way of going about this. So
They they did not have 10 weeks worth of story for this build, which is fine, but I don't really think that it needed to be 10 weeks, but it
man,
was.
all right, I'm tired of dumping on Jey Uso. So we both got Jey Uso, right?
Yeah, we both have Jey Uso,
I'm
yeah.
tired of firing off on him. I'm sorry, Jay, because I do like you. But now on to the big gun of the night. The big old pump
Okay.
shotgun. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. I started this last one, so I'll give you the floor, sir.
I it it took me a little bit to like fully get myself into this match, like just with like the story that they were telling and I at first was kind of like, "Oh, I kind of feel like I would like any version of two of them in a match together versus this like version with all three of them." And then like the like three of them have so much like not only in storyline history but like real life beef in history, particularly with like Punk and Roman, that has never been explored, that I got excited for. They like they've touched on the Shield stuff like a tiny bit, but like not really any of what Punk's involvement was with that. I hope in the future that that eventually comes into play here. Um, but obviously this version of the story and the build has primarily been built around the wise man, Paul Heyman. Um, I want to give a shout out to Seth in particular. I feel like Seth's character work and Seth's explanations during the promos have really tied this story together for me with like all three of them, versus just the like Heyman aspect of it, because obviously Seth doesn't have nearly as much history with Heyman. Um, as far as what I predict for the match, I think this is definitely one that can go multiple directions. I think there's a strong argument for Seth, and I think there's a strong argument for Punk. I don't necessarily see the argument for Roman being nearly as strong for winning this, especially with the social media promos that Roman has put out over the past week or two. That like this really does seem like the end of the tribal chief character, and with his alignment with Heyman, and so that's exciting, and I think that with that being the case, that Roman can't really win, and then that like and that be the story, but ultimately, for as much as people are happy about Punk finally being in the spot and getting the main event, and Heyman being by his side again, I'm going with Seth Rollins, um, because um, I really see this like story as continuing to kind of focus on Punk and Roman's relationship, and kind of the deteriorating or like reforming relationship with Heyman, and kind of in a longer term sense. I hope that Punk and Roman can continue past this match, not necessarily like right away, like wanting them to fight like again, like at like the next pay-per-view or anything like that, but I would like to predict and kind of see the like next like one of the next couple like Punk matches to be a like one-on-one with Roman, and so I think with that kind of going back and forth, that this is Seth's opportunity to um sneak one over one of them, and this would give Seth a huge WrestleMania moment, which I think he hasn't kind of had for a long time, with kind of him being in the spotlight, um, and I would love um, to see him be rewarded for like all the work that he's done over the past year, and I think like in ring story wise, that it kind of makes the most sense for him to actually win here.
Yeah, the first thing I'll say here is because I agree, I'm taking Seth Rollins. Um, this is going to be a beautiful WrestleMania because we're going to get two back-to-back nights that end in absolutely pure cinema. That because we already
Yeah.
know a Roman Reigns match just has to be like at a WrestleMania. Like that's going to be the crazy part is because we're going into the back-to-back losses for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And to go to what you
Yeah.
were saying about the whole end of the Tribal Chief and how he's been doing these promos and stuff about losing everything he has. Like, look at the Bloodline got back together, but they're like not together like at all.
Yeah.
Like they're like even Jim has not been around him. Like that's the craziest part is that Jim has just like kind of just went off, done his own thing. And we were at the show when he kind of said like without saying it that I'm doing me, like I'm trying to focus on that stuff. Big Jim, but
I mean, Roman would have to show up for Jim to be next to him, but I mean, continue.
You're right. You're right. Kudos. You're right. But at the end of the day, like Roman, like you said, it makes no sense. Like the character work for Roman is more interesting with a loss than it is a victory. Because like
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, like he's so, like he's got the aura of being OP. So him losing is more interesting than him winning at this point, is because like that's the expected of Roman Reigns, is the win. So we at least it gets us talking when he loses. If he wins this match, we're not talking about this match. We're like, Roman Reigns did what
Yeah.
Roman Reigns does. He wins matches. That doesn't make sense for him. But here we're gonna be like, what's next for him? We're interested in him. CM Punk is like almost the same thing. Like he doesn't lose any steam from this match because what, he don't even gotta be the one to take the pinfall. And there's so many people in the ring at the same time who all are out for
Yeah.
blood. So everybody's getting their ass beat. There's gonna be shenanigans. And like you said, I also agree that Seth Rollins is gonna take advantage of shenanigans that lead to because we know Roman Reigns is the type of the dude who gets blinded by rage.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen, and CM Punk, all three of them kind of do it, but Seth is like a little more in control. Like he almost like controls the chaos, where the other two like just get consumed by the chaos. But and he's gonna take that opportunity, and I will also agree with you on your point of him killing his character work during this feud. Like he always is like this character where he is like when he's like not begging you, but he's like, dude, listen to me. Like he kills those promos or whenever he's just in a discussion with somebody. And he's been knocking it out of the park here. The one when they told the favor, the episode they told the favor, and he's just they're like, I told you, I told you, and he's rolling like he makes that entire segment just by doing that. No matter how good everybody else is, and how fire that segment is. If I took Seth Rollins out that segment, that is such a lame, not lame, but nowhere near as cool promo now. Without him just being back there laughing at Roman because he's like, bro, I told your ass, now look at you, miserable. Don't know where you're at. You're on a fucking piece of wood in the middle of the sea right now, aren't you? CM Punk's riding away on your wise man boat. But yeah, I got Seth Rollins here. Like, but I cannot really disagree. I cannot really agree with the your lack of enthusiasm for the build-up, because ever since it was pretty obvious that Roman Reigns was popping up at that steel cage match, I've been invested, like super invested in this being a triple threat. So I was into this from as long as they were hinting at it, basically. So I mean, we're gonna get the singles matches later on down the line. This is a fire match. So, and you weren't getting no Rock or anything like that in the match. So like this is probably the best thing for Roman to be doing, honestly. Instead of a one-on-one match where you can have all three of these guys in here just going crazy over Paul Heyman, like that's story. That's like I said, shit not mine. So real filmography. So yeah, this obviously it's a main eventer. If this is not a top 2 match with the other main eventer, I'll be upset at
WrestleMania.
There's maybe one other match I could think of throughout this, like the rest of this card, that can probably compete, and it might be the John Cena match, because I don't know what his ring presence is like right now, but we'll get to that later. But that's night 1. Let's roll into night 2. Hopefully we get through that. It's one less match, so maybe we fly through that a little faster. We'll start off with AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Bro, who's in the prime bottle this year? That's got to be the question, right? Because anybody doing content on this has to be asking that, right? And who else does he have left in his corner other than Mr. Beast?
Speed has already done it. KSI has done it.
Only 2 people he got left is Mr. Beast and Jake Paul. It's got to be one of those 2. Or does he just pull out some random celebrity friend out of his ass? Or his boy Mike? Like, what? Those are the only other people I can think of. Mike Masala, or whatever his name is, but yeah, like it's got to be. If you're getting the crazy pop, it's Mr. Beast, right?
I'll go with Mr. Beast.
And they got like that new like Lunchable thing that they got going on and stuff. So like,
yeah,
it's got to be right. Mr. Beast is about to take a bump, and that's gonna be so funny, honestly. But I don't even really want to talk much about this one. I feel like I'm just gonna give my answer because what is it really to talk about this feud, right? Or because we could just sit there and discuss how good both of these wrestlers are, but like the feud is pretty inexistent, right? There's no real story behind this. They're just guys who are just
No.
butting heads. So yeah, Logan Paul, AJ Styles, actually. I hope he gets hit with a pulverizer though. That move is fire.
Yeah, I really don't have much to add besides a shout out to um, Karrion Cross for his character work, and he has done more to sell this match than the two participants in the match. Um, but
I love carrying across the devil on people's shoulder.
it, so Logan won last year against Randy and KO, and did he win when he fought Seth?
I don't think so. What? Oh yeah, a couple years ago, right? I don't remember. I don't know that one. We'll fact check that. Damn, I'm trying to close Google up there, but I'll do it on my phone. Seth Rollins, Seth freaking Rollins, Logan, Logan. Seth Rollins won that.
Okay.
I'm going with AJ. This
I
AJ's like
I
one of the
don't
final rodeos for AJ, so I'm going with AJ.
I don't want to, but I think I'm gonna pick Logan because
I like the. I don't want to. Like I just don't. But
to like they obviously it's important to WWE and to Triple H to make him continue to feel important. So sure, do I love this for AJ? No, but I'm sure he'll make it at least a fun match to watch.
I think so far this is the first match we have different outcomes. Because I'm going AJ, you're going Logan. I think this is like literally the first match. Because everything else is kind of like a no brainer, right? Like honestly, I'm not even gonna
On
lie.
its face,
Your New Day one was close, but I think you convinced me in your idea of what was going on there to change my shit like last minute. Because I was kind of like War Raiders, but it was like, yeah, it really does make sense for the New Day.
if the War Raiders win that match, like win that match clean, then I'm literally gonna be sit there like you just wasted my time.
This is a Monday match.
This is Monday Night Raw.
Like it's nice you gave the War Raiders and New Day a WrestleMania match, like, but this was a Monday thing. You could have made this an email.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's roll into the next one. This is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in the Las Vegas Strip Street Fight, and you can take the stage, sir.
Right. So I want to start by saying Drew McIntyre is one of my favorites. I with that being said, this as a match, I was definitely in the crowd. That as it was becoming clear that this was going to be Drew's match, I was quite underwhelmed by the idea of it, even with the history that he has with Priest. I was really hoping for him to be in one of the matches with like the true like S tier superstars, but obviously with us having so many of them available this year, someone was gonna have to take a step down, and that was Drew this year. With that being said, I have been pleasantly surprised with how engaged I've kind of been like with the work that they have done to tell the story between the two of them and build my interest back in for this match. I'm happy that this match has a stipulation. I wish that there were one or two other matches on the card that also had a stipulation. Um, but I I think that these are also two guys that are going to take the conversation around people being disappointed or saying that they don't care about this match personally and make it a really awesome match. And I am uh, Drew McIntyre loves to pray about what is going to happen, and I am praying that Drew McIntyre can come out with a victory here. Drew is one of the more one of the more impressive feats of his character is that he can lose and lose and lose and lose and still be as interesting and as over as he is. And I would love for him to finally get a win.
Yeah. So we're going with Drew. For you, you're going with Drew. I also was very intrigued by this build-up for this match. But I was also very hurt that I just had to watch my boy Damian Priest continuously getting destroyed. Like, he got Drew McIntyre and threw him on the card at one time, and he did the whole my eye thing, and he had the eye patch.
That was so funny.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool, my boy Damian got some. Like, yeah, got you back. And then the next time I thought he got him back, like Drew McIntyre almost pulled a Jacob Fatu and then like literally obliterated this man, bro. There's at least 2 to 3 times that he has just decimated Damian Priest. And I'm just like, this guy was just our world heavyweight champion not too long ago. He's just out here getting destroyed.
So was Drew.
I know,
so
but
Drew.
for 5 seconds. But like,
so was Drew.
This guy was actually defending. Like, yo, my boy literally is just getting decimated out there, doing the whole cross-eyed seeing stars face, and it's not once, it's like every time he gets his ass beat, he is left seeing stars. Like, I'm so happy that this is a street fight because this is gonna be like the match on my mind that's like, if John Cena's match is not as good as it should be because of like his age and stuff, this is going to be the match that should be the next best match after that. This should be so fucking good to me. Like, up there, like, the two that I have there are going to be this match and the Io Sky match. Like, those matches should be, like, up there in contention for best matches of the damn night. I mean, some of the best matches of all of this WrestleMania card.
Yes.
So, if John Cena falters because he's old and can't really be doing all the cool shit no more, those 2 matches will hold us down. Honestly, they just won't be cinema. They won't be cinema. So
yeah,
this is going to be rough, tough. I'm going to love it. After watching my boy Drew McIntyre. I can't even do my impression right now. But after seeing my boy Damian just getting beat up like this, he ain't winning. I'm sorry. Like, why they do this to the Terror Twins? Like, yo, they just broke up and now they're just the weakest motherfuckers on the block.
Rhea hasn't. Rhea, for as much as I love Rhea, Rhea has stood tall in every physical altercation in this entire feud.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, they're losing. She lost her belt. Like, she's not she's not the one on the top of the totem pole right now. Like, Io Sky is the one who's coming out on these exchanges. She's the one getting the last laugh in all these exchanges right now. So they're just kind of like people who are just getting tortured right now, trying to get a belt back that was theirs at some point. So I can't go with Damian Priest here just because he is getting like he is on death's door after every time Drew gets his hands on him, bro. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I can't go with Drew, man. I can't go with Damian. It's Drew. Drew got it. Sorry, man. But let's get on to this next one. We got Braun, Penta, Dom, Finn, keeping it short and sweet. Dom for the win. Dirty Dom for the dub. Finn Balor, this might be something that makes him leave for a little bit or something like that. Like, because Finn gonna have to lose. He gonna get. Dom might even cheat him out of the win. And Judgment Day, boom, it's mine now. My girls got the tag titles. I got the Intercontinental title. And what do you got? Nothing. but an anger problem and a friend who's in a getting his ribs fixed.
Finn Balor, thank you for your service. Thank you for the Dom Mysterio WrestleMania moment. You have now gotten your papers. You are no longer needed in the Judgment Day. Goodbye, sir.
Oh, just tell JD we have packed this stuff for him too. Because honestly, like think about it, JD.
Carlito, if you want to go to, the door is right there.
Like we'll let you stay because you're kind of funny, but if you really think about it, like it only makes sense if Finn goes, JD just follows with him because JD is literally only there because Finn is there. Like he didn't just want to be in Judgment Day just to be in Judgment Day because Finn was there. So yeah, if that implodes, that's it. But like I feel like this is gonna be a really good match. Exciting. Braun's gonna spear everybody, but luckily he doesn't have to get pinned in this match, and it's gonna be Finn in my predictions. But at least Penta and Braun will get to look good. Dom will look like Dom, and we get him back with a belt, man. Like the world is always better when Dom has a belt. So
yeah,
that's what I got. That's what I got for this match. Shenanigans going too.
I am right there with you. I wish that we disagreed more, but I think on its face, this is it feels like a more predictable card. I think once we get in the moment, I'm really hoping that we get at least a couple of good surprises. I don't think predictable is necessarily a bad thing. I like you have Dom Mysterio either pinning Finn or screwing Finn out of a clear victory. And this is kind of Dom's coronating moment as a single star, while also protecting Penta and Braun.
Yo, you know what I was just thinking of in my head as you were saying this stuff because I'm thinking about Dom with the belt again. I so missed when he had the NXT championship. And he was just looking at him like, who are you? He would just walk by me when they start talking shit like I'm about to take that NXT title. He'd be like, who are you again? Like, I don't even know your name. He's so good, yo. He's so fucking good, man. What a class act that guy is. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish we had, because this was an easier one to have disagreements on. Because, like, yeah, this could go either way. Like, looking at this match itself, Braun, it makes mad sense for Braun to win this, honestly. Like, this is more just this is more like a personal choice instead of a prediction, honestly. Like, I don't even care if he loses, but I'm just gonna say Dom because fucking 30 Dom, dog. Like, if Braun or Penta walk out with this, I ain't mad, but Dom just makes all the better sense, bro. It's just more fun that way. And don't we want to have some fun? Like, so yeah, it's gotta be that.
I think Dom is the most fun choice.
And it lets you be the catalyst for getting Finn out of Judgment Day and stuff like that. Like it's time, bro. Like, end this shit. End this shit. Like, this is almost on Austin Theory, Grayson Waller level. Like, end this shit. Like, get us there.
Yeah, I don't want to side tangent, but I do feel like going back to when this version of the group started, I feel like I would have renamed this group when Rhea and Priest left. I feel like it was a mistake leaving the name of the group as the Judgment Day, and that, like, to me, maybe it wouldn't have made a difference. But I feel like if they would have renamed the group as something else, like anything else, just to kind of give it its own identity, that it could have felt more fresh, whereas that they were just carrying the Judgment Day when clearly, like, This is not
Like,
like
even
this is
call
not the
yourself Day
prime.
of Judgment or something like that.
This is not this is not the prime version of the Judgment Day that was really working and that people loved. And but that's neither here nor there.
Like, they could have did such simple things like what I just said, or like even because they took on this like biker look and shit, they could have just been like JDC, Judgment Day Club, like JDMC or some
Yeah,
shit like that, motorcycle club, and
yeah,
that could have worked just by changing the name slightly and like being like this is just a variation of what was here before. Would have
yeah.
worked a lot better. But I don't think the goal was to ever make this stretch. I feel like this was the goal. Like Judgment Day was. Remember when there was many times when Judgment Day looked like they were going to implode already before Rhea and Dom left. I mean Rhea and Damian left, and I feel like it's proper to just get rid of it all. Like at the end of the day, because
That's what
realistically,
I
it
thought.
should have we yeah, like we shouldn't be here right now, honestly.
Yeah,
Like we shouldn't be here right now. Like you've done it so many times, you pump faked us. And it was cool for 2 seconds. It was cool for like literally 0.2 seconds.
like 2 seconds.
Yeah. And it just did not do anything. Like when you literally just had us with JD and Finn holding on the belts that they weren't defending for like 4 months. And you had
And
wait.
Rhea and Priest running through them every week when it was like 2-on-5.
Anyways, man.
Anyway, this is not WrestleMania. This is not WrestleMania
Anyways,
talk.
on to the other Judgment Day. Liv and Raquel versus Lyra and Bailey. The floor is yours, my good friend.
For the sake of time and the fact that we've already covered this, why is this not an intercontinental title match? Where is Roxanne Perez?
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
why she's not getting more spin. Like, why is she so much on
I
NXT and nowhere else?
um actually the most disappointing thing to me of this card and the stand and deliver card, who put Roxanne Perez in a multi-team tag match on the stand and deliver pre-show. That's what you're doing
Did
with
she piss
Roxanne Perez?
somebody off?
Man,
She had to piss somebody off, right? Like,
like I
cause she
I
gets weird
I would
treatment. She gets weird treatment. She'll get like bad treatment 1 month, and then the next month she's like getting like, "You're right there, little lady. You're almost there." And then it's like you're back down here. Like,
I would have been totally like I would have totally understood like okay like we Roxanne, like we just don't have room for you on the WrestleMania card. Like we're gonna put you in a match against one of the other top women in a singles match in stand and deliver. Your presence there means a lot more than putting you in one of the lower
can't
tier
even get stand and
matches
deliver. Is
on
crazy.
WrestleMania. But she's on the stand and deliver pre-show. Anyway, so that
Yeah, that's
that is
disrespectful.
that is my biggest gripe with the whole hard weekend. But for this actual match, I mean, this is
Nah,
clearly
that
a
is
thrown
crazy. I didn't
together.
even know she was on the pre-show match, bro. Like that's kind of. I didn't even think that she wasn't even on the stand and deliver. Like, cause I get why she's still on like NXT, cause like with the people they brought in, like Julia, Jordan, Zaria, Stephanie Vicker, her character work would work well with them if they decide to like go and do something with
Yes,
those. But I don't. They're not gonna do everybody if they do any of them. But it's like honestly, like skip that shit. There's enough of them down there that they have enough personalities to feud with each other. They don't need Roxanne there to make them look better. Like, let her go to the
my
main roster. Like, it's about time.
my thought this entire time was if she was gonna be on the stand and deliver card, then it would be her like true last NXT match, and it would be her versus Cora because like for like that clearly is one of her
And now
best
they're tag
friends.
teaming
Like
again.
that's like that like if she wants that to be her like final send off match, cool. Not this.
Like, you had the whole
But for
Bailey and
this,
her shit going on, which was like a whole feud. And apparently that was just so they can
yeah,
like do things that like EC and shit. But like,
Yeah, and I liked that. And
Yeah,
I wanted
but
that
that's what I'm
match.
saying. She put on good shows at the Royal Rumble and at EC. Like she's already cooking with the main roster, bro. Like let her cook. But like
So
I
I
also
mean,
get why they're keeping Jakara and Lash back. But like at the end of the day, let Roxanne go. Like let it go. Shawn Michaels, let it go.
this this Liv Morgan match is just to get Liv and Bailey on the card. Fine, it'll be 7 minutes. Liv and Raquel retain.
We side tangent
I
it. we gave a side tangent longer than we're gonna give our discussion about this match.
I like I do hope for the sake of the new women's title that you just created, since the other one that you just created can't even get on the card, that that um that the women's IC title, that this spins into a continued like Lyra and Bailey feud. I actually like, I think the most interesting version of this would be if Bailey, if Bailey turned on Lyra and like went heel again, so that that feud could actually like kind of really make sense. Um, but for the actual match, it'll be cool.
I can
It
see
won't be that long.
Bailey that calls Michael Cole a stupid idiot being cool with Liv Morgan, and they just running around calling people stupid and idiots and dummies all day and telling them to cry about it. I can see that. like she just joins up with them as a new faction. Like, yeah, it's me. But that'd be weird, honestly. Bailey, Liv, Raquel, Jade, Dom, Carlito, and
Yeah, no, I
but
don't.
I can see that those personalities working as like heels together, like Bailey and Liv.
I don't see them being together. Like it would be like a they
Oh, I don't
like
think so.
lose, like, and then Bailey like
Like
get
upset, turns on her.
would get mad and jumps her. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that because I don't see them teaming up for sure. I'm just saying that those personalities, I would love to just see them in a ring, like talking shit to some other tag team or something like that. But yeah, I'll keep it short because, like I said, there's more to talk about with things that should have happened here than there is what is going to happen. We know it's going to be a good match. So, what is it to really break down other than I got Liv and Raquel actually winning? So, yeah, because it just makes more sense. It goes with this. It makes the Judgment Day storyline make more sense. It makes a Lyra and Bailey thing make more sense. Bailey turning heel, she kind of needs it because I don't really care for face Bailey. Like she's not bad. I don't really care. The only thing I would keep Bailey face for is so maybe a Naomi Bailey feud happens, but that's about it. That's about it.
Oh yeah. Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, other than that, turn her heel and let her go run around with Naomi. Fuck it. Like, there you go. Boom. Another person
Yeah.
she'd work well with. So let that rock. But we'll move on. Keep this going. Io, Rhea, Bianca. We are at probably the do we think this is the opener? I almost want to say this has to be like the co-main event, right? Like
I I really hope that this is the co-main event.
this shouldn't be
I
the opener. Yeah, like, yeah.
I do not want that to open.
And didn't Rhea open last WrestleMania? Whatever night you
She did.
performed? Yeah, so like
She
nah,
did.
let's not do that again. Let's give her her own co-main event and shit. Like the opening match is always cool and all that shit, but I feel like she deserves it to perform like when the crowd should be at its highest, stuff like that. Io and
Yep.
Bianca, they deserve to perform when the crowd should be like at their highest and rolling into the biggest match of the night. So I've liked the build up for this the whole way. I love the curveball of giving Io Sky the championship. Because you know I'm big on Io Sky, even though she's not my favorite, but she's like my favorite in ring competitor as a female. But like the twists and turns have been fun. Like outside of Io Sky, Bianca and Rhea have both been giving me heel vibes, and but Rhea is the obvious clear heel here. The only reason why I say Bianca's been giving me heel vibes is because ever since War Games, is it War Games where she's kind of been giving a lot of sass and shit like that? Because
Yeah,
War Games is right before Bianca got hurt and all that stuff.
she was giving
I mean,
some
right before
attitude to
Jade got hurt.
Rhea.
Jade got hurt, couldn't
Yeah.
be in War Games, and Rhea joined the team and shit. Yeah, they've been sassing each other so much and all this. And she sassed other people around her too. So like she's just been giving me heel vibes, and it's still like lingering like that, just like disdain that she has for people. Not necessarily being a heel, but like she had like a disdain in her attitude nowadays. Like even when she's just mushing Io Sky out the way, like that shit is just like not your like how you and others refer to her as like the John Cena of the females. Like
Mhm.
that's not really John Cena of the females to be just mushing somebody out the way like that, especially it being Io Sky, somebody who you're like I respect you, this that and the third. But it also is just because you got to fuel Io Sky to be more a fan favorite because like yeah people love her in the ring but like when you put her next to these people it's just like saying you're putting Rey Mysterio next to Triple H in the Big Show like in a sense like how's he winning that right.
Yeah.
So they're building up Io Sky to look good by having her be disrespected and then coming out on top with her drop kicks, you know. That's what she normally does is drop kick somebody in the back and then hit the other one and then she with her belt. Which I love this shit. I don't know why. I love Io, bro. She's so fucking cool. Especially when she does her little thing when she comes out and bends backwards and shit. That shit is just so cool. I'm looking at this because this is the match that I am like undecided on up to this point. Like every time I think I have a decision, I'm like, does it make sense to do this? And I almost feel like it almost doesn't make sense to give it to Rhea or Bianca here. I don't know why I feel this way, but I don't want to say Io wins. Like this is the weirdest thing ever. I think the easiest thing for them to do is put it back on Rhea. I think it's just the easiest thing for them to do. But I wanted to be Io, so I'm gonna say Io again. I'm gonna say Io wins because I'm gonna put this like Seth Roman and CM Punk. This is gonna be Bianca and Rhea getting in each other's way and Io capitalizing again.
Yeah, I think so this is actually the match that is my that I am most excited for after the Cena match. I personally am actually more excited for this match than the night one main event
Yeah,
just
but
because
Cena
I
and Bianca are your peoples, though.
right
Those your
correct
peoples.
correct um and so I also just in ring wise I kind of have this tabbed as this being my favorite for like the best in ring match of both nights. There as we've kind of talked about before, like definitely are some other strong contenders for that as well. But all three here I think are just able to really like bring it at a super high level. I think in ring wise, like that, I don't think they're like it's a stretch at all to say that these are the three best um, in 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 ring women in on the main roster right now. Um, I think story wise, um, I have liked the story that they've told. I also know that they left a lot of story on the table with the history that these three have with being in WWE together for so long and coming up through NXT at at the same time to Bianca and and Rhea like truly becoming the like faces of the women's division certainly and like two of the true faces of the entire company. Um so like I definitely wish that it could have gone a little bit further than just the like continued we're gonna go like face to face and ignore Io. I was I was glad that they did it, but I think when they kept doing it, that I kind of wish that they gave more there story wise. But in in ring wise, I think there's a strong argument for Io, and I think there's a strong argument for Bianca. I really, for as much as I love Rhea, and I truly love Rhea, but I think story wise, giving her the belt back here, I don't really see like
It's the
I don't
easy
really
route.
see
It's like I called it
I don't
earlier.
really
It's the
see
easy route.
like where they go with her story after that. I think her story is much better without the belt. Um, so I think smart choice is probably Io, but I'm gonna go with my heart here and say I want Bianca to win because Bianca is my favorite, and I just think story wise, um, they already have they already have the next chapter and the next couple chapters built in of now Bianca has a belt and there's Jade and Naomi right there for the next couple of months.
Yeah, because it really is nothing for the other two. Yeah, you're right.
So and the same thing if Io keeps the belt, then that's great. That's an awesome moment. And you're then building her next feud from scratch, which you absolutely can. But the Bianca Jade Naomi story is right there, um, and that's something that I personally would like to see continued in that way. So I'm going with Bianca.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So number two that we are indifferent on, and I totally get that. Man, I had this really random thought, and I'm gonna say it while you were doing this. I was thinking about how much I like Io while you were talking about this, and I had this thought that I was like, I really would like to hug Io Sky. Like, I just feel like he would give amazing hugs. like you know those people who just give a hug, and it's like
Yeah,
just so good of a hug, you don't want to let go of the hug, like type shit.
yeah.
And then I started thinking about the other two, and I'm like, I think Rhea kind of gives those hugs too. Like you just don't want to let the fuck go, kind of shit. I feel like Bianca gives like nurturing, like empowering hugs though. Like, like not to say her hugs are bad, but like they just got a different vibe. Like Io, I just sit on the couch and just like,
What kind of intrusive thought?
it's just a hug. I ain't thinking nothing crazier, bro. I'm not thinking nothing crazy, bro. It's just a hug. That's it. But yeah, the thought came out. My bad. We'll cut that out.
Montez, I want no. So look, I do not want the
That's why I
smoke.
said it's just a hug. I ain't asking no crazy shit like Buddy Murphy. Whatever that guy's name. I don't want no smoke. You got you. That's you. I don't want to be Dirty Dom Mysterio. That's you, bro. Like I just think they give. I assume they give good hugs. You guys can tell me yourselves if you want to. Do they give good hugs? Shit. But let's wrap this up with the cinema, the Avengers level threat. John Cena, Cody Rhodes.
Before we do that, let me pause for 2 seconds.
Go
Let me pause for 2 seconds. We can cut this little part out.
Yeah.
But I need a little prop here. All right, the main event of all main events. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we are here in the final match on the WrestleMania card that we know as of right now. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Undisputed Championship. Boy, this is an Avengers level threat on the way, bro. John Cena says if he wins, he's leaving with the titles. Cody Rhodes said he ain't having it. And I purposely lined this up so we went back and forth and we landed on Eric so he can open up talking about his main man, heel Cena. Go ahead and take the floor.
All right. Thank you for the floor, and also let me prepare for the for the final segment.
Yeah, fuck with it.
Um, I um I can do a whole video um by itself talking about what Cena's retirement tour has been so far, um, and what John Cena's heel turn has and for me as a fan, and made me reassess a lot of um, what I thought about kind of like recent Cena history, and it has led me to like go back through and watch a lot of the like significant moments of Cena's career that I was there for as a child. As kind of a quick summary, I like Cena. Have fully embraced him turning heel, in the sense that, for as much as Cena was loved by kids that like and a generally younger demographic, at the time. I'm sorry that I was a child when John Cena rose to prominence, and John Cena was the reason that I latched on to wrestling when I did. But going back and really seeing, I think as an adult, how polarizing he was, even in the moments where I, in my kid mind, was like, I was rooting for John Cena so hard that like in the moment, like I went back and rewatched his main events at WrestleMania 22 and 23, and to hear how split that crowd was, I think is an obvious thing for people who were older in the moment. But for me, it was kind of like a, oh wow, there really was like a true 50-50 split of people that hated what was happening with Cena.
Yeah.
And and so for Cena's character to now come back in his final year and make everyone in the crowd that booed him for 20 years to look in the mirror and say, no, I'm not gonna let you just cheer for me and act like everything is cool and like everything has been cool for 20 years. I John Cena is the 16-time world champion, and as he breaks this record, he won that title 16 times, trying to win over y'all, and not unique, but all the all the WWE universe that would not accept Cena and just wouldn't let it be. And now this time it's not for y'all. He's winning it because he's the GOAT, and because their time is up and Cena's time is now. Um, and at, I'm I'm sure it feels silly to a lot of people. It, for better or worse, resonates with me. Um, I think for the actual match, um, kind of what this means for Cody. I think Cody has been an excellent champion. I think his his run has been really good. I know there's been um, a lot of conversation, kind of back and forth, on kind of how people have felt about his his year as champion. I think it's been an overwhelming success, and because I have so much history of rooting for the number one babyface, I also had to learn the hard way as a child that part of the storytelling of the top babyface is that you have to have people there that are able to knock him back down so that he can tell the story of building back up. for me with Cena, that was him losing the belt to Edge, and a number of people after that. And so when I think about Cody in in this moment, Cena is winning this belt, Cody, because it's gonna benefit you. You're gonna be better when you get the belt back because Cena needs the belt right now. So we're not we're not gonna hold it for too long, but Cody, we're gonna need that belt back. Thank you very much.
Bro, honestly, that was a fire promo. Bro, just call him a little I fuck with John Cena promo. I like that. Hey, yo, man, you kind of like, I'm a little fired up off of that, bro. I'm a little geek for Sunday now, bro. Yeah, shit. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know me. I've always been in the camp. John Cena's winning this title, right? Like, this is why turn him heel if you're gonna waste it on him losing here. Like, unless you have some super
Yes.
cool story. I'm skeptical after that last promo Cody cut. Like, that just, it's almost of the same cloth of Roman Reigns last year coming out with that super extravagant entrance. And it's like, how the fuck do you lose after that, right? Like, how does he come out looking like, because that promo he cut with all the different variations of the belt and how he told the story and stuff like that, and just how he ended it. I forget what it was exactly he said. I can't even think of it right now because I'm like just so geeked for Sunday now. But just how he was telling him, like, you want to take this belt and retire, and I'm just not allowing it. He was like putting his foot down on some, like, there's no way John Cena old ass is beating me up for this belt. And I'm like, damn, Cody, like, if there's ever been a time that you have convinced me anything outside of a Roman Reigns feud or those Brock Lesnar feuds, because he was talking some shit during them Brock Lesnar feuds. He convinced me the other day, and I'm not even changing sides on John. I'm still on John Cena winning this damn belt. But boy, if you did not make me question what I already know is true to be happening. He is like, it's like you just said, it's going to make you better. It's not about knocking you off. It's like what I said earlier about him when I was talking about Jey Uso, and I was like, I wasn't so big on Cody at first, but he got way better as time went on. And it's not even like he was bad at the start. It's just like, you're rocking after Roman Reigns, and I'm off the high end of Roman Reigns. And now I got to start at the low end of somebody's title reign and shit like that. But now at this point in his title reign, he's just doing so good on the mic. Like, I even have to mention this. In the first video we did, I said Cody Rhodes was forgettable in that first promo with John Cena when he was a heel. I went back and watched that like 3-4 days after that. And we just haven't done a video after that. I apologize. Like, I was wrong. I was just so enamored by heel Cena in those first moments that it, like, dimmed the light of what was going on for Cody Rhodes with me. And I'm like, he cooked in that promo too. So Cody Rhodes has done a great job of being convincing, but I know just by WWE and how they honor their greats and stuff like this, it's the wrap for that ass, bro. Like, you're done. Like, yeah, yeah. As the great philosopher Shaquille O'Neal once said, barbecue chicken. Like, I hope John Cena can really put on a match. It doesn't have to be young John Cena. I don't need young John Cena, but I need something that's really gonna, like, solidify that guy deserves to be the belt holder one last time. We're not just giving it to him just because he's John Cena. Like, this guy is still working his butt off to be the guy with the belt on. And I want to see that, even if it is just 2 months or something like that, 2 weeks even. Like, it's just deserving. Like you didn't have to really put that in retrospective for me, but you being a super John Cena fan and saying it like that, put it in a little more retrospective for me, because Yeah, even when I was younger, I didn't notice the complete 50-50 split, but I knew there was dislike for John Cena. But like this guy really did carry this organization, bro. Like some of the
Yes.
biggest feuds, my like not necessarily my favorite moments, but the things that stick out to me the most from like being in like middle school to high school, watching this are John Cena moments. Like it's almost like knowing Michael Jordan and all that. Like we know who Michael Jordan is. I grew up on the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
That like he's the Kobe. He's the well, yeah, he's more the Kobe than LeBron, but he's those guys. He's for a different generation. He's not the Hogans. He's not the Macho Man Randy Savages. He's not the Stone Cold. He's just a step in the right direction for wrestling. And him getting this is the right thing for Cody Rhodes, like you said, because he needs to get knocked off the pedestal. Not because he's arrogant, because Cody Rhodes isn't an arrogant champion. He's not been that the whole time he's been champion, unless you try to press him. And he has to let you know about yourself and tell you, you ain't the guy. I am. But, like, he just needs something, like you said for John so many times, getting knocked down and getting back up. Like, there's not much to even say about this match other than, like, what it does for people and how it affects people's legacies. Cody Rhodes is going to blow up when he gets this belt
Even
back.
more. Yes.
Like, it's just sad that I don't see it being off of John Cena. I don't see the John Cena loss being to Cody Rhodes necessarily. And it's, you know why? Because I don't know if Cody Rhodes is going to take a break or not. Like, if Cody Rhodes goes, I feel like Cody Rhodes needs to take a break because we've discussed this before, how that Cody Rhodes cannot be the next match for John Cena. Like, it cannot be right back to this.
It won't be. No, it won't be.
And to see them, like, still being around, but separate, is just going to feel weird. I feel like Cody's going to have to go into some, like, oh, well, I need to get my mind together because I thought I was that guy, and John just showed me I'm not who I think I am. Like, there's still a level above me. And I'm not at that. Like, I've grazed it. It's almost like goes back to that Roman Reigns promo from, like, 2 years ago when he put the belts on the floor, and he was like, you even touched this one? Have you ever even been in a match for this one? Like, this is not necessarily a Roman Reigns doing it. It's like a guy. It's almost like your teammate telling you what to do when your coach don't tell you what to do. And now your coach is coming and telling you what to fucking do. Like somebody who actually got some authority is telling you this shit. So I have Cody losing this match. It's hard. Like I said, this is probably the hardest match to break down as an in-match thing. Because I don't know what John Cena's bringing, but it's just right for John Cena to have the belt, honestly. And that's all I got for this.
I also, because I am embracing the heel side of this, I am going to love Cena holding up that belt at the end and having the stadium boo and knowing, yes, you should boo because you don't deserve to cheer for me breaking this record because you hated all 16 prior times that I won this belt. Now this is for me.
These kind of things that you're bringing up, like this John Cena, like banging that into our heads every time he talks. It's like, this is almost more an emotional fortitude test than it is a wrestling match, in a sense. So, like, I feel like that's why it's just weird to talk about it, because at the end of the day, like, we know how it's going to go. Even if the match isn't phenomenal, like, it's going to be cinema.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be something that, like, people who grew up on John Cena are going to remember this shit forever. People who grew up and got to see Cody Rhodes, they're going to remember this shit as long as they remember wrestling.
All the Cody kids are going to cry, and it's okay.
He's turning into The Rock on me.
we all
Eric The Rock Cena.
We all have our moments where the hero needs to be knocked down. Look, I was there. Edge took the belt from John Cena, and I was a mess. Punk took the belt from Cena, and I actually I think when that happened, I don't remember if I was fully still watching at that moment, but other people took the belt from Cena, and I hated it in the moment. And now, as I reflect back on it, I was like, oh, that needed to happen because if Cena just kept it the entire time, then it would have been boring. Which
Just like Roman. Just like
people that
Roman.
don't like Cena would argue that it was boring. But for people, but for people like me that liked Cena having the belt, then it would have gotten stale.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as Roman. Like Roman had to lose last year, man. It was time. Like he had it for 3 years or whatever, and it was getting boring because he's never around and stuff like that. It's not to say that Cody's getting boring right now, but this is the spice in his life right now.
And not to cut you off, but like heel Cena is built up so high. If it's not Cena that knocks Cody off, then who
Who
can
does it,
take the
right?
belt
Who
from him?
does it? He's already conquered Roman. Everybody else is like the only other person is our good old friend the Viper. That's the only other person left, really,
Yeah.
right? Like, like Drew, maybe, but like those are the only two people I can see outside of Cena who are like even worthy, who haven't already been in a fight with him. So,
Yeah.
and we're going through the transformation. I think we're getting the transformation with Roman. We're gonna get a slight transformation with Cody Rhodes, and they're gonna come back hitting harder than ever. So, John Cena for the win. That I think everybody should just have that as their win for this. And if you don't, I need what you smoke. I need it. Like, help me clear this cold, maybe.
Um,
Boy,
be Before we close, we have kind of talked about this feeling like a relatively predictable card. Do you have any hot takes or like strong predictions that you either would like to see or that you think will happen as a big swerve?
big swerve. Let me look at this match card.
I asked because I have one
Yeah, but see,
that
my big
I've
swerve feels like it was the big swerve that you also agreed with, so it don't feel like a big swerve no more. Where it's Dom winning the Intercontinental Championship. Like I can't really see anywhere else because like I don't know. Yeah, you got to give me your swerve because I don't really got anything else. I don't know if anybody's supposed to
okay.
be returning or something like that. Like it's not Becky Lynch. I know we're not getting her back, but
Um I am not 100% tied to this theory, but I think something that happened on the Go Home Raw could be very important. So if you remember when Seth came out after Roman, Seth said a couple magic words. Seth said that he has always been willing to do what's best for business.
oh
And
yeah, John Cena's
as
words.
he has just been reminded by John Cena is that historically, even well before Cena, when 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 characters say that they're gonna do what's best for business, that typically means that they're about to go heel. And and so I was thinking about that, and then I was reminded, in the Elimination Chamber, who was it that stomped out CM Punk to help John Cena win? It was Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but that's like you see why is you're making a really good point because in the moment I thought that other ooh good for business, eh? But like after so much happened, I kind of just like let it go with the wind and shit. But you're bringing it up now, so it's like extra
And
double down.
so I'm like, I I I also have all of those same questions about like what Cena can do physically, and I think the character is probably playing into that too. And so while I don't think it's 100% like my ideal scenario. I could see a very realistic scenario where Cena wins because somebody helps him win. And if I'm pointing at anybody right now, the easy answer would be The Rock. If, if Seth Rollins is willing to do what's best for business, it might be Seth Rollins.
Do we get a Rock sighting? Like, it feels like we should, right? At some point. Like when John wins, Rock and Travis Scott got to rear their ugly heads again, right? Like,
and so to tie all of this together, like not only are the Seth crumbs there, that would be especially devastating to Cody because of what Seth did last year to help him win. But just think about a potential final image of Cena standing in the ring with the belt, but it's not just him, it's him, The Rock, Travis, I guess, and Seth Rollins.
On some new authority shit. That Triple H faction they were in. But that actually is a good theory. You would also be able to tie Roman into that because Roman's gonna look at that funny. Roman's gonna look at that funny. And if Roman's going through a character change, it's a good way to put some legs on a Rock Roman feud for next WrestleMania. Because for my foreseeable future, it's either World Heavyweight Championship or something else for Roman, and it's not undisputed. So what else is there? If it's not World Heavyweight Championship, that's the only thing I'm trying to see right now is some Rock Roman. And if that's how we can get there is by intertwining Cena, Seth, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. What if CM Punk and Roman and Cody Rhodes have to be the Rock anti-Rock team fighters?
Could be fun.
And Randy Orton, Randy Orton might turn on Cody also, so we don't know, bro. Like, one thing that happened that never got fulfilled that I'm kind of bummed about is Drew McIntyre and his bloodline bounty thing.
I wanted that so bad.
But it also made sense why it didn't like really go anywhere because like it wasn't really worth it to do it to the new bloodline. And like the old bloodline was so discombobulated and they weren't sticking together that it was like you're really just going after individuals. You're not really going after the bloodline. So, but bro, that's actually your theory was good as fuck.
I think it was supposed to be Drew building a WrestleMania match with Roman, and either Roman said no, or
I just think the CM Punk thing was the triple threat thing was just so badly in their face that they could not do it. Like it was just once they probably scripted out what is it? The Royal Rumble. They were like, how do we not do this now?
Yeah.
Going into scripting that, they're like, come on, man, we're like walking ourselves into a triple threat. We have to now. Like, there's no way. Sorry, Drew. The Royal Rumble just fits better like this. So that was probably the whole thing when they decided to make Jey Uso the winner and John Cena was probably gonna be the finale, the other finalist. That's probably where that whole thing got jacked. Is because that's where the whole Damian Priest storyline really got its legs afterwards, where he finally was like, "Yo, you keep doing this to me." So that's probably the exact moment where all that like just no longer became a thing. But damn, we have just hit the 2-hour mark, man, and we did not expect for this. But I mean, I guess when you think about 8 to 10 minutes for 13 matches, you get to like an hour and a half, and then we couple side tangents. So I guess that happens.
Like 15 minutes roasting. Hit like 15 minutes roasting Jey Uso.
Yeah, when you do things like that, like you're gonna get a 2-hour video. I'm sorry for anybody with a low attention span, bro. Like if you made it this far, I fuck with you. I hope you leave your predictions. I hope you leave your thoughts and theories. Yo, enjoy WrestleMania weekend because I know I will be. Maybe we'll be back with some reviews. Maybe we'll come back with like 2 review videos, 1 per night, so we're not like out here having another 2-hour video. But anything you want to say, man?
As a loyal chain gang soldier, I cannot wait for Sunday nights.
I ain't a chain gang soldier, but I'm down right now. So, yeah, and get Roxanne in the main event, and EO, give me a hug. Peace.